PK52, the Saturday morning meeting, second episode of Tactical Digital. So last week we talked about branding yourself. And let me clarify this. So if you look at it in a sports analogy, there's a football team or a baseball team or basketball, hockey, doesn't matter. If you go into the pro shop, you can buy a jersey for the team. But every player on the team is not represented in that pro shop. There may be 3 or 4 players. You get their number and their name. And they're the superstars on the team. Some people on a football team may never see action. Let's say maybe they get in for special teams like kickoff return, punt return. But if they're a position player as a linebacker and they're 3rd or 4th string, they may play 10 years in the league and never get on the game in their position, but they are professionals. They practice every single day like next week they're going to start. So when I go in there, I'm not going to be able to get a jersey of the 4th string linebacker because they're not going to be in the fan shop. So you've got an option. As a salesperson, you are on the team and you are contributing to the team. You're not playing in the games. You're not being represented in the pro shop. Nobody's up in the stands wearing your number and your name, but you are a part of the team. So most of you that are in this business don't want to be a salesperson. You want to be a sales professional. You want to be recognized. You want to be recognized by your skills, and you want to increase your skills. And the only way to increase your skills is to practice. So Toyota is the brand. And Toyota spends billions with a B dollars in making sure that everybody in the United States knows about the brand Toyota. We're in the Olympics. We're in the Paralympics. Every halftime report of every sport has Toyota halftime highlights. And then we've got Jan, who's been with us forever. And if they see Jan, they don't have to hear the word Toyota. If they see Jan walk on TV, they know it's a Toyota commercial. So the brand has been sold, but the brand can't sell the car. That's what I've been trying to say all along. The brand can't sell the car. Toyota Motor North America is not going to deliver a car to Mr. Johnson's house, not going to do the XSE Camry right to his house. He's going to have to go into a dealership. He'll deal with the dealership, get in there, and then he's going to be assigned a sales professional, and the sales professional is going to deliver the car. So Toyota's the brand, but when somebody thinks of the word Toyota, I want they think of your name also. Let's say your name is Bob Smith. Yeah, I'm going to the Toyota dealership to see my guy, Bob Smith. I'm going to the Toyota store to see my girl, Sally Johnson. I want Toyota and your name to be synonymous. Yeah, I'm thinking about looking for a Toyota for my daughter. You need to go see Bob Smith or Sally Johnson over at the Toyota store. They're awesome. So somehow, some way, you have to brand yourself so when somebody hears or visualizes Toyota, they also think about you. We talked about this last week. There's 330 million people that live in the United States. At the end of the year, after you've talked to everybody that came in the dealership, there'll still be 330 million people you haven't talked to. So using digital marketing and digital representation like Facebook Live, like Google, like YouTube, where you put your information out there, where your RAV4 videos out there, your Camry videos out there, your specialty features video is out there, then all of a sudden people start finding you. So one thing I said last week, and I want to reiterate, maybe I'll do it in all 3 sections. When I get a lead, the lead is handled normally by the internet or the BDC. And their job is to invite the customer into the dealership to try to set a hard appointment for them to come in so we can start the sale. And I think that is 100% wrong for the year 2022. It's wrong. We don't need to start the sale 2 or 3 days later when we can start the sale right now. Minimum that I'm going to ask my general manager and my owner is assign me the person. If somebody says, I want some information on a RAV4, that's all they said. Then let me send a video out that goes, hey, I'm KC and I've just found out you're looking for a Toyota SUV. I'll be assigned to your account. I can help you with anything you need. Here's my contact information. Let me go back one step and play this that I did last week just to catch everybody up. Minimum, I'm going to throw this video out seconds after you've requested information on a product that I sell. Hey, I'm KC, and I just found out that you're looking in our truck, SUV, and van lineup for an all-new Toyota. I've been assigned to your account. I'm super excited to start working for you. Hey, here's my contact information. Please reach out to me the way you're most comfortable. I can't wait to work for you in person. So what happens when we're talking about this is if that customer does reach out to you, they didn't reach out about the RAV4 or the 4Runner or the Sequoia. What they did was they reached out to you to say, okay, I'm ready to move forward. Right now we know that on the new car side that we're closing the leads generated to the dealership at 11.2%. On the new car side, we are, on the used car side, on the used car certified side, we're closing at about 11.9%, so call it 12%. By you introducing yourself, you're going to move that needle 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 more percent because now when they show up at the dealership, they're not just showing up in a place they're uncomfortable. They're showing up and they have a name and a face and somebody that's already started the conversation. Gang, that will change your income if that's all you do. Get a video, introduce yourself, send it to every person before they come in. So brand yourself. So let me move forward. There is the Engage app, which is crazy because as I told you before, I started out using a giant notebook with all kinds of stuff in here called the source book. So anything Toyota out there is on Engage. If I need to know what the horsepower is of anything we make, it's on Engage. If I want to know what the towing capacity is, it's on Engage. If I want to know the difference between an Accord and a Camry, it's on Engage. And so if I'm a professional athlete, I'm that four-string linebacker, do I want to start? Do I want my jersey in that fan shop? Yes. So I work out harder than anybody else on the practice field. And so that's what I'm asking you to do. Take a little bit of the 50 hours a week you work. Let's say you work 50 hours a week. You're at the store 50 hours a week. Take some time out of that 50 to go on Engage and learn something you didn't know. Prep yourself because you never know what the customer is going to ask you or what question you. That's the difference between being a salesperson that's ready to go, shows up with a great attitude, and a sales professional, the person that's looking to go to the next echelon. I ask salespeople in meetings all the time, give me 5 reasons. And you know what? I try not to be rude about this, but I'll get somebody with a good attitude that's really engaged in the class, and I'll call them up front and say, give me 5 of the main features on a Toyota RAV4. And gang, I got to be honest with you, virtually 100% of the time, they fail to be able to do it. They're standing in front of a group of their peers, 60 to 100 people. Everybody's watching them, and their mind goes blank. But if they practiced on a weekly basis, their walk around, or their 5 things. You should have 5 things on everything we make. On a Corolla, on a Camry, on a 4Runner, whatever. You should have 5 main go-to things because sometimes that's all the time you get. Let me show you 5 things, and then if you have any other questions, let me answer them. But a customer will let you go with those 5 things. So let's say that's the thing. Well, the nice thing about Engage is there's the top 5 reasons to buy a RAV4. They got 12 models. That's gasoline and hybrid. It goes all the way down to Safety Sense 2.0. So this is right there on Engage, so you don't even have to come up with your own 5. I'm sure once you look at this, you'll go, well, I'll replace this with something else. But now you practice your skills, and you have the 5. And if somebody ever says, well, why should I get a Tacoma versus a Ford Ranger? You're going, well, I'll give you 5 reasons right now because you're prepared. That's the deal. When you train, and you train, and you repeat, and you video yourself and you get better, you're going to make more money than you've ever made before. You don't need more opportunities because your success rate is going to go up. You don't need more leads to come to the dealership because you've introduced yourself prior to the customer coming in, and now they're coming in because of you and not the car anymore. So we said last week, is the appointment for the vehicle or for you? If the internet department set up the appointment, it's always for the vehicle. They don't have any idea who you are. Think about these things because these things will make you money. And so I love this. I went over e-brochure. Now, I don't think anybody's going to do this. It's okay. It doesn't mean I'm not going to bring it up. So when I first started selling cars, I started selling Toyotas in the 1980s. I know that's a long time ago. But people would come in the dealership and ask for a brochure. Can I get a brochure on the Camry? And I go, we only got 10 brochures for the whole year and we're out of brochure. I've got a car, right? I've got the Camry right here. I've got multiple. Can I show you the car? No, just want to get a brochure. So it was really crazy. I had the car right there, but they didn't want to look at the car. What they wanted to do is they wanted to go home and they wanted to study that brochure a little bit so they would be smart enough to know what they were buying. That makes all kinds of sense to me. The nice thing about going to Engage on a Wednesday and they're not coming in until Saturday, I can send them the e-brochure on the 2022 Camry. Why would I not do that? It's free. I just e-transfer that brochure right over to them and said, hey, maybe you want to take a few minutes and go through the actual brochure. Why would you not do that? Now, if there's 100 of you watching this video, how many would I expect to actually send a brochure to the next new car customer? Let me go way off the deep end. 1. And the other 99 would go, yeah, that might work, so I'm not going to do it. So why would you not send a brochure? Instead of calling them back, go, you still coming in? Why not send a brochure? Why not do something nobody else is going to do? Then the next thing I did was trim level. So in reality of 2022, I don't have an LE Camry. Why? Because that's the most value-packed car I have. It's the lowest price. They're going to get the lowest payment. And every LE Camry inbound to my dealership is already got deposit on it. I don't have a LE Camry coming. I don't have one on the ground, but I have an XLE. So what I do is I look, here's the LE, here's the XLE, and I give the customer an e-transfer of all the items they upgrade if they go XLE. Resale value's higher, and the car is going to be a lot more fun to drive because it's got a lot more creature comforts in it. And so I'm trying to move them to the XLE because I have an XLE. Now, if I wait till they show up at the dealership, I may not be able to do that. But if I do that multiple days in advance and everything, then maybe they go, well, you never thought about an XLE. Casey, let me come look at that. I've got that car. Let's go. Or I know I've got one inbound that doesn't have a name on it. So we've got to work within what we have right now because we're selling cars as fast as they're coming to the dealership. And then the next thing I picked right down here was product video. And gang, I know some of you don't want to do a video. I'm okay with that. But this is the reality of the world. Toyota will give a total stranger the all-new Crown. They'll give a total stranger the all-new Sequoia. Yeah, just keep it for 3 days, drive it off-road, beat it up, do a video, and put it on the internet. So what Toyota's doing is getting free advertisement, and there's somebody that's not with a Toyota store, that doesn't have anything to do with Toyota at all, and now they're doing a 20-minute full-blown walk-around on the all-new Sequoia. I mean, and the walk around is very professionally done. It's all the bullet points that Toyota gave them, and all they're doing is reading from a script. Bullet point, bullet point, bullet point. Well, why wouldn't you send that to a customer? It's not like they're going to sell the car out from under you. They don't work in a Toyota store. So here is Johnny Smith out there who's doing a brilliant walk around on a 4Runner and talking about why Toyota 4Runner is still the go-to car. Why would you not send that to a customer? So these things are on YouTube, or you can go to Toyota's YouTube. Go to YouTube, Toyota USA. That's Toyota's YouTube channel. And they've got these influencers videos out there. All you got to do is clip them and send them. And then the last thing I put on here was Toyota safety and safety sense. And nobody doesn't want safety. So the safety features are kind of complex. So maybe you want to do a couple of drops about, lane assist or lane trace, whatever. And let these people understand exactly how this feature works, especially if you know the dynamics of the purchase. Are you buying this for your child? Are you buying it as a second car? Is it a commuter car? So what is the most important of the STAR safety system and safety sense that's going to work the way they're going to drive the car? If I know that in advance, then I don't have to wait for them to come in to start a conversation about the product. I'm already done. So I'm not setting appointments anymore. I'm setting deliveries. People will not come to an appointment. They'll not show. But people will show early if they know they're coming to get a car and they're excited about it. So set deliveries, not appointments. Let me move on. This is a little interesting thing if we talk about it. People are buying Toyotas with tremendous features. And most of them never use them. Please ask a majority of customers, how does A-Track work? So how does your A-Track work in your TRD Pro? Well, I don't touch that button because I have no idea what that does. Well, why? I feel like that most salespeople probably talked about A-Track at delivery, probably talked about multi-terrain select, probably talked about four-wheel drive low, might have had a vehicle equipped with a locking rear differential. But what a load of information to try to cram onto somebody in a delivery. And so what they do is they just don't use the features. There are so many Toyota owners out there that aren't using the features that come standard on their equipment because they don't know how to do it. So one of the things I've done in the past and asked salespeople to do is, this is just green screen, like I showed you last week. So I've got green screen and I clipped the video off the internet and I put myself in a box down here. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to walk somebody through Multi-Train Select. Let's give it a few seconds. Listen in. Congratulations once again, and I'm super excited to send you this video series. There's going to be one on four-wheel drive. I'm going to send you one on A-Track, and this is on Multi-Train Select. I do this with all of my customers that buy TRD off-road equipped Toyotas. These vehicles are made for you to have fun on and off-road. So let me tell you a little bit about this feature. First of all, the first section is mud and sand. Mud and sand can be done in four-wheel drive high and four-wheel drive low. That's the only section of the four that can be done in high range and low range. It allows the computer system to give you a little bit more wheel spins because sometimes you need a little bit of momentum when you're in some loose sand. So when you go to the next, which is loose gravel or loose rock, so it's low range only. And so that'll give you a little less wheel spin. Then mogul is the third, and then rock. Let me give you an example. You're doing some rock crawling and you're up on top of a rock with one of your tires and the wheel spins. You slip off the rock. That could be the end of your trail day that day. So what it does is it uses the computer throttle system and the ABS, and it gives you the perfect blend of capabilities in all four of those road situations. I can't wait for you to take a few friends and try this for the very first time. You're not going to believe the capabilities of your TRD off-road equipped Toyota. Have fun. So the funny thing about it is, now I've done this video and I've sent it to my customers that have TRD off-road equipped vehicles, but I've also hashtagged it off-road fun with Toyota, off-road Tacoma, off-road 4Runner, off-road Sequoia, and I've got so many hashtags out there, and I throw it out there on the internet. Now somebody's saying, you know, what are the great off-road features of a Toyota? And all of a sudden now my video comes up, not an influencer, and now they come to me. State where you are, state where your dealership is, and we now know that customers are willing to get on an airplane and fly to somewhere to pick up a vehicle, so let's utilize you as the commodity. Brand yourself. And I wanted to show you this real quick. I'm not going to play you the video. Yeah, there you go. I'm really doing well here. Here we go. Promise. Here we go. So this right here is green screen. And I shot this for Toyota Certified. I'm not in a dealership. I mean, it looks like I'm in a service department and I've got an echo sound behind me and it sounds like I'm talking in a service department, but I'm actually upstairs in my house. I'm standing right in front of a green sheet, and what we did is we superimposed whatever we want behind us. So I don't have the ability to show somebody a Toyota Crown right now. Do I want to sell the first Crown in my market area? You bet I do. I don't want anybody else to sell that first Crown. I want to sell it. But I don't have a Crown to show anybody. Sure I do. All I got to do is put it on green screen behind me or a Sequoia. And so it doesn't matter what level of green screen. And I had somebody hit me the other day after I did this new digital class. They said, how do I do green screen? Go to YouTube and type in, how do I do green screen? And there will be multiple people that are willing to show you how to do it. It is very, very simple. Spend a little bit of time of your 50 hours a week developing things that you can use multiple times. Once I have one video, I can send it to as many people that are interested in a RAV or a 4Runner or a Camry or a Corolla Cross. It doesn't matter. If you're interested, I've already got the video prepared and I've sent it out. I'm selling myself. I'm branding myself. Video sources, Toyota USA. On YouTube is Toyota's site, or you can just go to any Toyota, type in 2022 RAV4, and there's going to be multiple videos. The problem is it's not going to be, there's 6,000 give or take salespeople at any time working at Toyota stores, and none of the videos are, hey, I'm KC, and I'm an actual Toyota sales professional. So when I give you a product walk around, there's nobody that knows more about the Toyota product than actually people that sell it on a daily basis. So here's the top 5 reasons why the 2022 4Runner is absolutely a beast. You should be sending that video out. I don't want them to find out information from somebody other than you. Again, Cox says 95% of the people that buy a vehicle were influenced by some sort of video. You be the video. Be the source. You be the source. How do I do that? I work harder. How do I do that? I work harder. Well, Casey, I already work hard enough. No, 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 no. I want to give you time back at the end. I don't want you to spend 4 hours trying to sell somebody a car. I want you to sell the car before they ever arrive at the dealership. I want them coming to the dealership to take delivery of a car. So now you're working less and not more because you're preloading all your work. Presenting the product, presenting above the product. So if you ask me what I think the job of a sales professional is to take the RAV4, which is the #1 seller, new and used. And I know the customer's done some research. I'm not crazy. I know they've done some research. And so I need to present that vehicle at a higher level than they already know. I need them to say something like this to me. I didn't realize that was, I didn't know that. I'd never heard that before. If I'm presenting, whether it's a digital presentation or a physical presentation, at a level where the customer goes, well, I've never heard that before, that's exactly what I want. Then I'm presenting above the level of the product. So there's a warning, and I've got the warning right here. Let me read it to you. Be confident and correct with the information. Always assume the client has done their online research. Be careful what you say because some people have really researched what they want. So Toyota has a video out. If you follow me on Certified, you've seen this before. And I'm going to play it and I'm going to talk over it and I'm going to tell you, I think that when people buy a certified Toyota, why do they buy a certified Toyota? Because they can't get a new one. You know, it's funny when people ask me, why are people buying, why is the demand for Toyota so high? So listen carefully at what I think. Now, I can't prove this, but listen to what I think. In the past, when there was multiple products for all manufacturers and there was a 40-day supply of everything, I might go out there and buy something way back at invoice, a Mazda or a Ford or a Chevrolet. But now that I've got to pay $3,000 to $7,000 over MSRP or $3,000 to $5,000 over extra clean book, I want a Toyota. If I'm going to pay over sticker price, you know what I'll do? I'll be patient because if I'm going to pay that much money, I'm going to get a Toyota. And I think that's why we're doing so well right now is because people want our product because they know it's going to stand under them as far as resale value. So listen to me talk over this video. So we've sold over 7 million Toyota certified used vehicles since 1996. It's amazing. Two warranties, factory back. Now there's zero deductible and there's no charge to the customer. These warranties are better than the new car warranty. Unbelievable. No charge. On top of that, submitted rates, new car rates, saving you thousands of dollars on your payment. And a technician has done a 160-point quality assurance inspection, good in over 1,400 locations in the United States and Canada, no charge. At no charge, we've given you a Carfax. And if that's not enough, 7 years or 100,000 miles of roadside assistance, absolutely no charge. I think that people buy a certified car because they know the car's been inspected. That's what they know. I don't know if they use the word mechanic or technician, but they know the car's had inspection. They also think they get a guarantee. Maybe they use the word warranty, but I think that's about as far as they go. I just showed you multiple thousands of dollars worth of items that the customer has no responsibility in paying for. They're all included. You cannot buy a pre-owned car somewhere else. I don't care if it's a RAV4 over at a Ford store or if it's a 4Runner over at the Hyundai store. You do not get the packing that you get when you get a certified Toyota. It's a better deal for the salesperson. When they have a warranty, they stay with the dealership and we retain our customer. Video library, I want everybody to consider starting a YouTube channel. If you're going to do a walk around and practice yourself on video, practice your turn, your eyes, your hand gestures, how you show the engine compartment, how you show the door. You don't know what you look like or what you sound like until you record it. So you should be practicing under video all the time. But once you've nailed one, you've nailed a walk around on a RAV4, put it in your YouTube account. It stays there forever. They don't charge you anything. It's absolutely free. It comes in the form of a link. And if you did one every week, at the end of the year, you'd have 52 ready to go videos that you could use. So your question right now, and I'm going to end up right now with video library. The bigger you make it, the bigger it is. And some of you have known me for a long time. I've been using this tag for over half a decade. The bigger you make it, the bigger it is. I am not talking about the Toyota product. I'm not talking about your dealership. And I'm not talking about the brand Toyota. I'm talking about you. The car's already big. Toyota spent billions of dollars making people interested in the product. Now it's up to us to raise the level of that. The only way you do that is to practice every day until they have your jersey in that fan shop so people can go, yeah, KC and Toyota, they're together. You can't separate those two. And that's where I want all of you to be. So I'm going to end this session today. This is part 2 of Tactical Digital. And we're going to finish up talking about long-term retention of clients and what that means to your long-term income. PK52, the Saturday morning meeting.